Back in 2021, I got some of my first few big placements. YouTube was going very well. I actually made my first ever $1,000 month online. And it was nice. It was very nice. I ended up quitting my part-time job around 2022. But shortly after that, the numbers started to die down. The hype for the placement started to die down. And I was kind of left with nothing. I was jobless. The views weren't coming in. The beat sales weren't coming in. And the part I don't normally tell about this story is I was genuinely just thinking about calling it quits and going back to the normal 9-to-5 life. But I quickly snapped out of that because when you love the game, even if you're not getting paid, you still keep working at it. So I kept working at it. I kind of figured out what I was doing wrong. Fast forward to 2023, I started a new channel, kind of did well. Basically got back up to the same success I was very, very shortly. And then I kind of didn't like that niche, so stopped uploading on there. Started another channel in January 2024. Fast forward today, it's July 15th, 2024. Basically already has more views than both of those old channels combined. I've been able to repeat it, and now I'm not falling off. If anything, I've been going up and up every single month, and I think I'm going to be here for many years to come. So how did I build longevity as a producer? Because before this, I thought it was just luck. I thought it was bullshit, all whatever other like things people say to complain about the Type Beat game. But I'll assure you, it's not bullshit. There is longevity in it. I've seen many guys that have been popping for years, making over 10K per month for multiple years. I'm going to be one of those guys very, very shortly. I've just started this channel. It's doing very well. So how did I actually get there? And real quick, before we get into it, if you do want to save years of trial and error and trying to figure out the game and all these nights without getting a single sale, then click the first link in the description below where you can work with me directly. I'll help you build your brand. I'll help you get there way faster than I ever did. So there's really technically three things you need. And one is going to be a personal brand, and two is going to be email marketing. That's how you're going to build longevity rather than just having a Type Beat channel. That's technically like the third thing you have, but I'm assuming you already have that, or at least you're posting your beats somewhere if you're watching this video. And if you're not, then go do that right now. Start your beat selling business. Upload beats, have them somewhere where people could buy them, because that's step zero before you even get into any of this. So here's the two main things here. Personal brand, basically just like set up an Instagram, because that's where people are going to see you as a person rather than just like music or beats on a YouTube channel. I think putting a person behind the music really helps build the relationships with the artist, and that's going to get you actual returning customers rather than just having one big beat on YouTube. You get a few sales in the moment and then everything just dies out, like what happened to me back in 2021, 2022. Second thing is email marketing. This is another way of doing basically the same thing I just said, but it's honestly even more goated because it's automated and you can send out to thousands of people at once rather than, the Instagram methods. Like, it's a little bit harder to do, but both are very, very essential. First off, with a personal brand, you can't be scared to show your face. When I was about 15 or 14, I was really, really scared because I was a kid, and that's kind of valid, but at the same time, you could market it as like, I'm 14 making these fire ass beats, and it's impressive. Like, I've seen a guy, I'm not going to say his name, but I think he's 15 now, but when he was like 13, he was making $1,000 a month selling beats, which is super impressive to me. So I had all respect for him. So don't be scared, if you're younger or just in general, if you don't like showing your face. I do it. I don't think I'm the most flattering guy, but I still do it. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, I just post pictures and just put a face behind the music. As you can see, I have the highlights on my Instagram as well. I think those are important. I have just a life highlight, not even anything related to music. It's just whatever I'm doing in life. And obviously, you have the beats and all the other shit as well. And second, I have my YouTube, videos like this where there's actually a personality behind me. And I have a great story for this. I was in a server on a website called School, and I get a DM from a guy, and he's like, "Are you Cypher?" And I was fucking shocked. I was like, holy shit, somebody noticed me in something that's literally not related to music. My username isn't Cypher, it's my real name. So there's no way that they've just found the correlation from that. So they genuinely recognized my face, and that was honestly insane. It made me happy, I'm not gonna lie. But that's just a little flex, but I do think having your face out there is important. So on Instagram, there's a couple things you could do. And in my opinion, the two best things to do are your stories and highlights, and actual DMs. So I'm not one for cold DMs, but if artists come to you that they find from your YouTube or shit like that, then start conversation, get in a conversation. The more conversations you have, the more connection you will build and the more deals you will close. So connections are money. Your network is your net worth. I know you've probably heard that quote a billion times, but it's real. So get into conversations with these artists. Don't even be like a salesman. Just talk to them, and naturally the fact of them using your beats is going to come up. Or if they have previously used your beat, you can talk about that. If you don't know what to talk about, I'm not a social guy myself, but the one thing every motherfucker that you're going to talk to knows is music. So you can talk about how their music career is going, try and give some advice, or just have some type of value. Every conversation, there has to be a value exchange. So that's DMs. Highlights is where you showcase your life and you sell you. You're going to sell your lifestyle. That's what I do with my program, where I teach producers how to build their brand. I don't work a regular job anymore. I just do music, and I love what I do every day. It's fucking amazing. So that's what I teach, and I sell that lifestyle. I don't travel often, but when I do, you can see in the highlights, there's Miami, there's New York, there's a bunch of other places too. So I'm doing shit and I'm showcasing that. And it shows that I'm not just like some bum who just sits in their house and makes beats all day. It shows like I really do this shit, and it makes me more credible, even for artists as well. Because let's be real, everybody can make beats nowadays, and basically like there's a lot of good producers out there. So you have to be more than just like some beats, You have to be like an actual credible person. You have to be a good person to work with, or just have some type of other value rather than just the music. So that's the importance of the personal brand, in my opinion. Now we're going to get into email marketing. I only started email marketing a couple months ago, and I won't lie, I fucked up. I've been collecting emails for the past 2 years and didn't send out a single one. So I just had thousands of people on this list for no reason. And that's the worst thing you could do. So step one, sign up with one of like the big email marketing things. You could just start with the free version and just start collecting emails and sending them out now. Even if you only have 3 contacts, 10 contacts, whatever, because it's something you're going to keep doing over time. And for the long run, once you get thousands of contacts, it's really going to start making you some money. Side note, email marketing is not something I've seen too many producers talk about. So if you want like a bigger, like longer guide on it, I could do a video on that. Here are a couple examples on the right. So, I just simply sent a thank you when they downloaded one of my beats, and we got in a conversation, talked about the music. He just sent me a song. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'll give honest feedback on it. And then on the left, we have just one of my weekly broadcast emails that I send out every week. I ran a big sale the week before, so I kind of just made like a joke out of it. Like, sorry for spamming you last week. And I always just have like a little CTA at the end where I try and have people check out my beats. And it's just simply doing that, starting conversation, replying back to the people who reply, and just kind of having like a little CTA like that. It drives a lot of traffic to your website, and it gets you sales. So people think it's dead. People think email's dead. It's for old people. It fucking works. You can't hate the game. You have to play the game how everyone plays it. So this is what works for me. And it's just a matter of just doing stuff like that. So low email marketing mini course, I guess. Step 1, you're going to want to sign up. Step 2, you're going to want to set up automation. So every time somebody free downloads one of your beats off your beat store, you send them some type of email that says, just like a simple thank you, and like try and get into some conversation. Whenever somebody buys one of your beats, you're going to send a different email. Again, start with a simple thank you, try and get into some conversation, ask about the song, stuff like that. Then what you want to do is you want to have like a weekly newsletter type of thing. I'm sure you've seen like a lot of like big brands that you have purchased from or something that send you like a weekly newsletter. And that's just simply, it really doesn't matter what you say in it. From my experience, like I sent that one where I was just like, sorry for spamming you. Like, it was kind of dumb, but it worked. So, you just kind of have to send out things. I just hit 5K subs on my beat channel, so I might send out an email next week saying like, thank you for 5K subs. You're greatly appreciated for supporting, just shit like that. You just kind of update. If you got anything going on in your life, you can use that as a conversation starter. You can ask some type of question about their music. It's just something every single week. There's unlimited things you can say. So that's why it really doesn't matter. Every single week, is another chance. So that's why I don't really stress about those too much, but I always put the CTA to the beat store at the end, and it works very well. And then the final thing I do is every few months or every big holiday, I just did one for 4th of July. You just run some type of sale, and you run like a sales sequence, and the sales come in naturally from that. And that's how you build longevity, because a lot of the people that are on my email list probably only heard one beat through my YouTube and probably wouldn't have checked it out again unless I actually contacted them. Again, for example, on the left, he said, "Yo, what's up, Seifel? I appreciate and respect your grind. Even taking the time to send an email like this is such a huge thing, and I believe one day it will pay off for you." I've had countless times where people have emailed me that, like, they say, like, "Oh, a producer's never sent me a thank you," or they never send me like an email updating anything. Like so many producers don't do this, and just by simply sending out emails, which honestly are automated, it just builds a closer relationship, because it's like they see you're taking that extra step and actually care about the craft. And that's the number one thing, because I do genuinely care about the music at the end of the day. And I've had this same thing with DMs on my personal brand on Instagram. I've had artists say, like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to buy from you again. You were such a genuine guy. I appreciate it." So yeah, that's the key to longevity, is not just relying on the YouTube, but building relationships with these artists. So once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one, build your brand as a producer, really fast track your progress, click the first link in the description below. There's a fast video you can watch there. Click here to watch another video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.